It's packed, Charlie Brown. Our first glimpse of La Cathédrale Saint-Pierre. Let's get back to the market now and have a look around the food.
This old village with its cobbled streets and half-timbered houses is officially one of the most beautiful villages in France.
We're for a little one, isn't it?
Our first day we've been on, been over 2 weeks, so we'll give it a try.
You didn't know you'd been filmed, did you then?
No.
Right, it's time to get up. Let's get up.
Yeah, okay.
We're parked next to a very interesting place. This building is a maladerie. It was built in the 11th century to house people with contagious diseases.
Nice little car park for the night.
Yeah, it's alright, isn't it?
Very quiet. Not too bad. Clear. Considering we're quite near to Beauvais Airport, I only heard one plane this morning.
Yeah, I heard a few last night, but no, no problem at all.
Yeah.
Not that will disturb your sleep.
Yeah. Clear.
It's funny, there's a height barrier on it that way.
I know. There
Not
is
the other side.
It's 2.1 metres, so 100.
Yeah. The immediate plan this morning is to take a look around the cathedral in the city of Beauvais. Deep in the heart of Beauvais.
Yeah. Old town by the looks of it.
It's packed, Charlie Brown.
They're double parking.
Vacant.
No entry on market days, so it doesn't look like. Oh, there's a little bit of a market. But
They were in trouble then, aren't we?
Well, we just followed another car through.
Ignorance is no defence. Wow.
Can't see any spaces there. So you'll go past the no entry road.
We're only a little one, so we've got to find a space somewhere.
It's a sharper's cry.
We've paid €1 for an hour, so hopefully that'll be enough. Our first glimpse of La Cathédrale Saint-Pierre.
I'll push you back towards the land and sea. They're going down from
The French markets are just like the ones we have back in England, but with the exception of the food.
You're never lost among the crowd.
They've got sponges that we were after, so if they've got masking tape.
Those, we'll get them in the...
Scotch tape?
Yeah, I don't want that tight.
No.
Anywhere you go, I'll see. You're never lost among the crowd.
We don't take many selfies, but we're trying to up the number for the thumbnails for our videos.
You're never lost among the crowd with me.
The crowds are pouring into this place. It's free to visit the cathedral, but donations are welcome.
Everywhere
Well, that's a relief. Got past the gatekeeper with all my camera and tripod.
Even in the holidays, when the trees are shaking off their leaves, you're never lost among the crowd with me.
This is the Cathedral of St. Peter of Beauvais, and it has the highest Gothic choir in the world at 48.5 metres. In 1569, it became the tallest building in the world, with its tower standing at 153 metres. Well, the cathedral is certainly worth a visit, but let's get back to the market now and have a look around the food. It must be fresh because there's just a nice smell of the sea here. Not much down here though. We've come down the wrong side, Charlie.
Yeah.
Cut through.
There's more fish. Smoked haddock.
That's 2 large fish stalls in just one small market.
Coming from Dieppe. So you've got chicken livers. And duck livers.
Duck livers. There's certainly a lot of choice to be had here.
Turkey.
Many years ago, we used to have a market like this where we live.
Strawberries look nice.
Yeah. Veg does when it's nicely arranged, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That beautiful splash of colours.
Yeah, massive, these ones. Twice the price of the ones on the other stall.
Twice the price.
Those ones.
Are they twice as good?
Yeah, they didn't look as good. Do you want to get a French stick here?
Go on then.
One of those rustic ones there?
Yeah, try one. You might be chewing it for a week, but we'll see.
Well,
It's only
you
one way
said
to
you
know, isn't
wanted
it?
to try those
Try it.
type.
Some of them are very thin. You don't want a really thin one, do you?
Bonjour, the baguette, pepperoni, €2.
Ah oui.
Bon, merci.
Oh, I didn't realise you're from Charlie Brown.
Yeah, hot footing it back to the car before we ran out of time.
Yeah. And we forgot to put the lock on, didn't we?
We did.
I did. Well,
Well,
you're
one of us
involved.
did.
You're involved as well.
So,
We're both
excuse me,
guilty.
But I was busy getting the parking ticket.
Too right.
Baby should say that I no longer need the way. I miss how close we used to be. I'm skeptical about you and me. And when I hear your pace behind, like deeper in my mind. Say what you think and do what you say. It doesn't have to be that way. It won't last, it goes too fast. The die has been cast. Tell me what to do. I push the trigger without fear. We all meant to disappear.
This old village with its cobbled streets and half-timbered houses is officially one of the most beautiful villages in France. It is known as the village of 1,000 rose bushes. It was an important stronghold due to its elevated position and has survived multiple sieges and assaults over the centuries. Most notably the siege and battle fought between William the Conqueror and his son Robert in the winter of 1078 to 79. The village was destroyed and rebuilt several times, and from the Middle Ages was largely abandoned until the early 20th century, when painter Henri Le Sidana arrived and created an Italianate garden which he painted many times. He adored flowers and loved to capture the beauty of rose blooms. He proposed to the residents that everyone should plant climbing roses. The local people loved his idea, and it became an official decree which required residents to grow roses. In 1928, the first Fête des Roses was held, and the traditional festival is still held every year in June. The church is St. Peter's College, a listed historic monument built in the 11th century. It has a wooden vaulted nave in the Norman style and Aubusson tapestries dating back to 1460. These people aren't supposed to be parking here.
Oh, really?
That's Gerberoy.
I wonder what it's like living in a place like this.
Yeah, tourists coming through all day long. This chateau.
I have to say, I think this area of France has some really beautiful roads and scenery. We learned a lot from our trip to Spain just before COVID broke, how it's much better to explore a place in depth than to dash all the way through a country without stopping. This place is called Grandvilliers, and they've got an Aire here that we're hoping to stop at.
There's people on it.
Yeah. This is the first time we've been to this Aire, and we're not sure of the protocol. Should we go between them?
It's like they've got toilets.
Room for a little one. This might cause them to faint.
That'll do.
That'll do, Malcolm. Room for a little one, isn't it?
Our first day we've been on. Been
Yeah.
over 2 weeks, so we'll give it a try.
Give it a try. We don't actually need these facilities, but it's nice to have them available. Although that toilet, I wouldn't touch it with a barge pole. We've seen the neighbours. They don't seem to mind us squeezing in. Well, this seems a very peaceful little place. I think this will do us just fine. Daisy May said about doing a puzzle. My turn to cook. I'm going simple. Sausage, beans and potatoes. Yummy. And it's all really easy to cook. I started by steaming the potatoes for a little while, then drain them and set them aside. Once the sausages are cooked, then everything can go back into the pan with the beans and just heat through slowly. Sausage and beans. Nice simple meal tonight. Good to see she's remembered to take the top off this time. The sausage is like...
Not as nice as the ones we had before.
I think they're tasty. Well, that's all for this one, and we hope you enjoyed the video. The best thing you can do to support us is to hit that subscribe button and give us a like, which will make YouTube recommend us to more people. To help you to do that, I'm going to let this drone footage roll so that you've got time to find the buttons. Thanks for watching. Join us next time for more adventures from the Little Red Camper.